Good morning, and we are live from Skye. Say hi, everyone. Hi. How is everybody doing? All you online fasters, how are you managing at home? It's pretty fun here, obviously, in the Heel Inn, but I'm not sure what it's like if there's food around. So I hope you're all doing well. And I'm just adjusting a few of the technicalities here on FB so that people can actually see. So we're obviously, this is our final full day. Tomorrow we'll be doing some breath work in the morning, then we break the fast at 10 o'clock. So we've not really got long to go. We just need to entertain ourselves for a little bit longer. So some people have been headachy, some people have been a bit dizzy this morning. I don't know how you guys are at home. I'm pretty high. I'm feeling very good, I have to say. I love the fasting feeling. I wouldn't say I love fasting, but I'd love the fasting feeling. So I really hope that you guys are getting some of that at home. Yeah, right, that's us now. We're all good to go. So what we're going to do is a bit of a check-in, just to see how everybody's feeling. And, it's so psychological. Fasting, so psychological. You can make yourself feel good or feel bad. It's absolutely up to you. And I think we watched The Source again that's my third time watching it. I just love it. I learn something new every time. It's a mindset. If you're in the mindset of I can't wait till this finishes, I need food. Or if you're in the mindset of wow, my body is actually self-healing right now. The autophagy is on. Even as we speak, the body is clearing up all the garbage that it no longer needs. I mean, the genius of the body just blows me away. So fasting as a part of your tools for staying well and for getting well is just an absolute no-brainer because it's free. You don't have to think, can I have that? She said this, she said that. Just no, just don't eat. It can be 24 hours. It can be the 16/8. It can be whatever it is that you choose and you feel is right for you. But what I know from decades of experience being a nutritionist and teaching people is it has to be black and white. If there's a grey area, should I do that? Can I eat a wee bit of that? A wee bit of this or not? No. It's can you eat that? Yes. Can you eat that? No. Can you drink that? Yes. Can you drink that? No. Simple to follow, and then the mind can't get involved, wanting to make it a wee bit tastier, a wee bit something else. So, because that's what we do, right? Don't ask me why. I always want to twist it and turn it. So when I did the Gerson therapy, which is a challenge, but I'll tell you the biggest challenge, that was no salt. That was a real interesting challenge. And for the 5 months I did it, I just never got used to it. I have to say I took a lot less salt now than I ever did before because obviously your body adjusts. But that was the thing that I found hardest about it, weirdly enough. So it's funny what the mind will want to, good morning, fixate onto. So we're going to look before we start. So what I want you to do at home and here is tune in and give yourself a rating, not out loud, just to yourself, out of 1 to 10 in terms of how you feel. Are you excited that you're healing? Are you motivated? Are you fed up? Can you not wait till tomorrow morning at 10? What is it? Just give yourself, in terms of motivation and energy, where are you at? Are you embracing the process, or are you just a wee bit kind of like it to be done? Okay, so you guys at home do that. I don't know how you're managing there. My friend did 10 days at home. I told you that. Phenomenal. It just shows you it is possible. It's just this. So what would you say is the hardest thing about your experience so far? What are you finding hardest?
I don't know if I'm finding anything hardest.
That's good. You're not finding anything hard.
Yeah, I'm just like, it's just what needs to be.
Is it easier than you thought?
So far, but we've still got
Oh, we're nearly there. 24 hours to go. That's nothing.
This environment made a difference.
Yeah, not having food around.
Yes.
And a supportive environment.
Yeah.
Nobody else is eating. You don't have to feed anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really interesting not having, if this was like with food,
we would be gearing up for the breakfast or the lunch break or the dinner, and we'd all be looking forward to that, and take that out, and you have more time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely. And see, to be honest, even if you are doing it at home, because when you go home, you'll realise that you can. You don't have to think about what you're going to eat. It's actually quite freeing.
Yeah.
You just don't have to think about anything for, even if it's just 24 hours, it's quite nice.
Yeah.
You have to shop, if it's just yourself.
After the swim, I miss the most.
Aye, because, well, the cold water always makes me hungry. Yeah, that's when I really enjoy the food after that, so that would make sense to me too.
I have a question. So I still haven't had the bowel motion, and I don't actually like the thought of there still being all that last lot of food that I ate
But
sitting in the
the thing is, there isn't.
I hoped it would all come out.
Because you're in autophagy, remember, the body's eating everything up itself. So, and this is the interesting part, like I was saying, instead of putting 2.5 litres of juice in to detox, you're not really putting anything in, and the body eats itself.
Right.
It eats the rubbish itself.
So I just feel like I've still got stuff in me that would be.
Well, you probably will still have stuff in you.
It would be better to be completely free of anything.
But is that true? Or is that a lack of understanding? Tune in to your body. We'll do that today. Is it true? Because the mind wants to come up with stories, right? Oh, I'm feeling this. Oh, I'm feeling that. I mean, it's really only been a day. You know, it's not a dramatic fast. But we start absolutely hyper, focused on every single thing the body's doing, whereas you wouldn't even bat an eyelid this morning if you'd had food yesterday. You wouldn't be thinking about how you're feeling. You just got on with it. So, and then the mind wants to come in, well, what about the bowel movements? What about them? Because that's the thing, and I'm using that as an example, because there's always something, what does that mean? Oh, that headache, what does that mean? You're detoxing. Like we said, the body knows what to do. Do you believe that yet? That your body is intelligent, more intelligent than we are. So the body knows what to do. Your job is to get out the way, stop questioning it, stop wishing it was different, stop trying to figure it all out, all of that. We'll do more of that today as well, so that the body can just, in peace, in pure peace and harmony, get on with what it wants to do. Yeah?
Yeah.
So that is the trust right there. And this is, again, it's kind of counter to the way we've been educated. We're the things, you need to do this, and you need to do this, and you need to do this. And this is actually the complete opposite. Your biggest challenge is to get out the way. Our biggest challenge is always to get out the way. Hi, Kenny, how you doing? Yeah, you need to join in the next time. So does that make sense to everybody? Truly makes sense. Don't just say yes if it doesn't. The innate intelligence that made you knows what to do. It doesn't need you to help. Yeah? Our only thing is to let go of the programming and the conditioning, the trying to figure it out, and just allow the body this time and space to heal, to start the healing process. Now, some people can get very dramatic healings from one fast. But I would say most people, it's a process. You would maybe do it again, you would carry on intermittent fasting. But really understanding, we give the body so much work to do that over a period of time, it starts to get exhausted. And a huge part of that is the food. So when we eat, is key, maybe even as key as what we eat. And then, if we give it the body the space at these times and working with the circadian rhythm, it will go through the night, go through the process of cleaning every organ. It does it at a certain time through the night. It's all interconnected to the light cycles, to the seasonal cycles, and it will heal itself. But what we've done in the West is we've come in and we've just trashed everything. We've changed the lights. We've put dark curtains up and we artificially light inside. We've say eat whenever you want. We've got food of all seasons at all times. It's all been off the shelf or it's on the shelf or off the tree or out the bush or out the ground for weeks and months sometimes. We've just interfered with all these really obvious, when you start to think about it, natural processes. And obviously in the winters, we're sort of in hibernation stage right now. You would work with natural light. So you'd come in from your work, which would probably be 3 o'clock, 3:30, and you would have your meal, and then you'd probably go to your bed at 8 or 9 o'clock. If we didn't have electricity. I don't know if you've travelled in Nepal or India or places like that, you work with a natural light. You know, you've got to use the daylight. Why would you? It's madness when you think about it. Blackout curtains to keep the morning light out, and then electricity to keep everything lit up at night when it's dark, when the melatonin's already wanting to come into the body. So the body and nature is really what we trust in when we're doing this work, and this is the whole Heal Scotland message. And we're far from perfect the way we're doing it right now, but we're making inroads to say, well, right, if we can just stop eating at that time, and maybe every season, stop eating for 2 or 3 days. Is that a lot to ask, do you think?
No.
To keep the body well. I mean, does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes. So you're just giving the body, remember 80% of your daily energy is going on digesting your food. So for 3 days here, you've given the body back that 80% energy. Now, I'm not saying that the process might not be uncomfortable, because it might. But that discomfort is the body processing and working through it and cleaning you out, doing the repairing and the restoration that it just simply cannot do if you're shoving loads of food in. And it doesn't really matter how good the food is. It's just so much easier for the body to do it without food. Simple as that. So knowing that, you want to do, because obviously I totally understand you want to, because I was thinking that yesterday and then I thought, well, whatever. I thought it was because of the coffee. I didn't have the coffee. But I thought, I know now that there's a lot of work going on inside the body. It's invisible. We can't see what's happening. That's our big problem. We don't trust, because you can't see it. If you break your leg, you can't see it healing, can you? But you just kind of know it is. And like I told you the story about my knee, cracked my kneecap in the ice with my grandkids. Couldn't kneel on it, couldn't do yoga on it for 2.5 years. My friends knelt on a nail. It was 5 years before his. And you stop thinking it's ever going to heal, don't you? You just don't kneel. It's not that big a deal, really. But my point is that healing's happening. Look at the story about my aunt. At 90, the healing is still happening. The balancing, if you just create the right environment and the right conditions. And interesting as well to watch her, because she didn't eat very much when she was on the recovery process, which is actually a good thing. People are obsessed. You need to eat, you need to eat, you need to eat. Very often that's the worst possible advice. But we're kind of obsessed with food and we're addicted to it. Has anybody read Ultra Processed People yet? I mean, it's terrifying. The people from the tobacco companies just went into food to create another product that you would not be able to live without, that you would get addicted to, by creating foods that have got what they call the bliss point, which is the perfect combination of salt, sugar, and fat. And it's not even good fats, because you can create that with really good quality salt and fat, etc. But of course, the processed crap you're finding in every shop you go into in Scotland has got that bliss. That's why they're addicted to it. And sugar is very addictive. So, and it's kind of sprinkled in everything. Just put salt or sugar in things and people eat it. Say it's great, even if it's not really great, but you've made it taste great. Put that colour on it. Yeah, so the overeating is killing more people now than the famines are. So the fasting is a counterintuitive, free, powerful process that can help the body to heal. And yeah, for sure, I much prefer doing it like you guys here. It's much more fun. I don't think about it the same. I can drop one in. 10 days is the longest I did. I did 5 days in water and then 5 days in juice. And I started seeing orbs It's cool. But yeah, so you're just giving the body back that time. Is everybody really clear in that? Are you think she's talking a lot of rubbish? You saw the intelligence last night in Joe's documentary. I mean, it just goes without saying. Influence of our mind over our body. So how are we perceiving this fast? As a gift. You look out there and you're just like, oh my God, this place. Giving the body back this energy. Trusting. Absolutely trusting in this innate intelligence. Because we have been programmed to fear the body. And the minute something goes wrong, there's a rash, a lump, a bump, it's like, ah! And that's just a lack of understanding about what the body's trying to do. And maybe a lack of awareness about what you're doing to it. By it, you're blaming, shaming, complaining. I'm not saying you guys, this is just a generic, general. Blaming, shaming, and complaining. If that's your habit, and then, like I was saying before, you can eat the best food in the world. And as Carolyn May says, there's nothing worse than a vengeful vegetarian. So you're changing the chemistry of the great organic carrot juice. So now, these interventions can be key if your body is really struggling. But in general, if you just eat a really pretty healthy diet most of the time and focus on the mind stuff, doing a little bit of shutting off, it's the stress that's causing us an awful lot of the problem these days because we're living so out of sync. We're not living with purpose. We're not excited about our lives. The government, I have to say, have to play their part. They've created so many different ways to take money off us. It's actually a joke that we let them off with it. They're always just inventing a way. Small businesses, 20,000 closed last year, set to be probably the same this year. So things have to change. You know, we shouldn't be living to pay the bills. It really is a form of modern day slavery. We should be living to look after each other and to thrive and to tend the land and to be, you know, have an actual respect for what we've been given. But we've been hijacked by the systems. And that's my mission, is that we just come away out of the systems and we create the new way to be. Because it's not fair, is it? Do you want your children and your grandchildren to go into that and be stressed out their box, their relationships? Like Joe said last night, it's really, you see everybody in the cities totally stressed. You can't be connected to each other. You can't care if you're in these deep, low, contracted, negative states. It's not the state for caring. It's the state for survival. It's the survival. And that's why you get people, you know, backstabbing and stealing things from each other, even if that's ideas, and because they're in survival mode. That's what we do when we're in survival. We all do it. So when we start to realize we can raise ourselves up that emotional guidance scale, then there's a, you know, again, it's the caveat. We know healthy eating's good for us. Nobody else can do that for us. We need to make the good choices. We know healthy thinking's good for us. Nobody else can do that for us either. There's no pill. Well, there are a few pills, but they wear off. That can really, it's up to us to do the work. It's catching yourself on with these habits. Why would I want to bring that person down? Why would I compete? Why do I not just keep my eyes on my own wee community? And really, you know, I think one of the truest sayings is, two of my favourite sayings, charity begins at home. Let's start looking after each other. There's plenty of people in our communities that need help. Plenty. And, you know, I really actively thought, right, I'm going to choose a couple of families that I know and just visit. Not even actually do it, and just show up. Because even that simple thing itself can make people feel better. So we can and guess how you feel when you've done it. We know that from HeartMath that when we give, we have a much stronger bioresonance than when we take. We're here, I believe, to be of service to each other. And I'm sure during COVID, you realise that it's the people. It's all about the people, and it brought out the best in a lot of communities. I mean, we saw the worst as well, obviously. But we also saw the best, and I believe that that's where we can go. And I also believe that most people need to see, if you're not a leader, if you don't naturally lead, that you'll follow if you see something good. And that's what we have to do. We have to start looking at new ways. Because I never thought when I was younger, my dad had the BBC News on, we watched the news, we believed everything that we read or watched. Never questioned it. Thought all teachers were good, all policemen were good, all nurses were good, all doctors were good. Never entered my head. Because that was the world, the wee, naive, beautiful world that I lived in for quite a long time. I thought everybody was good, and then you start to realise everybody's just human. So there's a change on, and fasting. You know, if they do bring on the Hunger Games, we'll be fine. We'll be able to just, because we can survive very well on a lot less food. And when we're not eating as a social pastime, which I do and I like to do, and I'm not interested in stopping, but I'm also aware, you know, that we're pretty strong as humans. Phenomenal spirit we have, and we'll navigate whatever's ahead. And I think a part of that's being able to be hungry without doing anything about it. You don't have to eat that feeling away. So, well done. Because again, a bit like going in the ice, it's a small percentage of people that will even do it. That will even do what we did yesterday in that river. Trust me, it's a small percentage of people that are brave enough to do that. Strong enough, open-minded enough, whatever word you want to use. And it's the same with fasting. But it's so easy to do. And you can just decide today, right, I'm not going to eat till tomorrow, 4 o'clock. You don't need to buy anything. You don't need to do anything. It's so accessible for everyone. Morning, John. French toast safely navigated. Bring on the day. Okay, so we're just going to do a little bit of tapping because, again, we want to raise our own vibration, don't we? Let's have an amazing day. Look at the weather out there. We're going to hike that mountain. No, we're not.
No, we're not. Danger. We're doing that one instead.
We're going to hike up to the wee waterfalls up the side of the house here. It's not far. It's like 15 minutes. It's beautiful. And if you want to swim there, we'll get in and get cold there. You can do that. It's beautiful. Way easier to get in than what we did yesterday. So you can. But what I would say is just take warm, so your feet are warm on the way back down. You won't be cold because you probably felt that yesterday. You just don't feel cold when you come out that temperature of water. It's like 3 degrees. It's probably even colder today. And then if you've not got a dry robe, just have something that you can put on really quickly afterwards and then just walk back down. Totally doable. If you clambered over these rocks and get into that pool yesterday, you can definitely do what we're doing today. And it's beautiful up there, just jaw-dropping. It's going to be the moon up there. Yeah. So let's just do a wee bit of tapping about, so what do you think potentially could be challenging? I know you guys are obviously all over it. But what's the mind been coming up with? Bowel movements, bit dizziness, what else? Cravings? What are you craving?
Coffee.
Oh. Do you know what happened to me after the last fast? I never drank coffee for a month. And I love I only have 1 cup a day, when I get up in the morning, it went. So interesting. I mean, I didn't even try. I didn't even let go on that. Anything else, coffee?
Energy level.
You tired?
Yeah, and I don't sleep well, but I slept better last night, so energy level should be better today.
Is it do you genuinely not sleep well, or did you notice?
I'm not sleeping.
Right, okay. Interesting. Anybody else with the sleep thing?
Yeah, I wouldn't sleep today. But I was like last night. I was like, yeah, let's do this. Why is everybody sleeping? It's up to midnight.
Okay, sleeping. Anything else?
Sleep thing, I always wake up around about 3 o'clock in the morning.
Liver.
Toilet, and I just really want to sleep
All through the night. Yeah.
You should try the coil, right? We did that last night and the night before. It's helping sleep through.
I tell you what else is really good for sleeping through is having a sauna before you go to bed. So get in the sauna blanket before you go to bed. It's all about, we've not talked about that much. I'll talk about it today, the changing your body temperature. And Kenny, if you're still there, morning, Michael, how you doing? They've got a business called the Polar Bear Club, where they put you in -4 in a tank, and he's coming to the Heel Inn to bring that information. So it's another really simple way, and what we're doing today is obviously free, to drastically changing the body temperature, hot to cold, for healing. And again, it's quite pleasant. It's a shame. Hopefully Arisig Sauna will arrive back if James has found the wheel. But yeah, we've got the sauna blankets. John, remember the plug if you're still on there. So you can go in and have that. I found that out by accident. I've got a sauna blanket and I was having one before I went into bed. Not getting all sweaty, just getting nice and warm. And then I would just put it down and get into my bed. And then I started sleeping all night. And I thought, is that a coincidence? Because it's so nice to wake up in the morning with that feeling it's morning and you're refreshed. So I did it again the next night and then I started Googling it, and it's a thing. But you've probably heard, have a hot bath before you go to bed. And I think, well, what I thought about the hot bath was that it was probably soothing, but it's actually the temperature change. So another really good biohack to know. And you can get a good sauna blanket for it, £100. Definitely recommend them if you live in Scotland. Fantastic. I love it.
It is absolutely amazing. I went in after swimming and I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Oh, it's just
I've never heard of this.
heaven. Absolutely heaven. I love being hot. People think I like the cold. I hate the cold. I do it because I don't want pain in my body. But and I'm intrigued when Kenny comes up because I don't stay in for very long. I just go in. When I start to feel the ease, I get back out because I don't really want to be shaken. But there's also big benefits of getting to that stage and getting that drop. Anyway, we'll learn more when Kenny comes up. A hot water bottle. Yes, I've got a hot water bottle too. That's what the guys at the Polar Bear Club do. You stay in the tank and they have a thermometer in your ear and you just stay until your body temperature starts to drop, if you can stay in that long. I've not tried it yet.
And how long does it take for you?
One guy there stayed in for 6 hours.
What? And mine
And do you know why he came out? Because he's wanting a fag. Love that story. Absolutely. And then they come out and they put a hot water bottle in, but you're actually going for that shake.
Yeah.
And just hypothermia kind of thing. So you're actually doing that. So anyway, you'll learn more from Kenny. He's saying I spend all day in the sauna. Yeah, I mean, obviously to get into the sauna afterwards is amazing. Wim Hof, they're always like, heat yourself up. You're naturally and do the horse dance and all that. And yes, sometimes you've got time to do that. But the harsh reality is, I don't very often do my breath work. I just go into the cold water. I'll do my breath work when I can fit it into my day. Quite often do it at night. But when I was a hairdresser, well, I still am, I suppose, but when I was going to work, I didn't want to be shaken. I was trying to cut people's hair, and sometimes I was shaking with the cold. So I was like, I'm just not going to let myself get that cold. But what I do still is keeps arthritis away. So you need to find what's right for you, and also what fits into your day and your lifestyle, because if it doesn't, you're not going to do it anyway, and you're not going to get any benefit. So you're better doing something. It's really easy to fixate on how long was I in, what temperature was that, and I did that at the start. Absolutely, how long did I breathe for, and blah blah blah. And then I was like, you're not actually not even enjoying this. And then I was like, see if you just chuck yourself in the sea every day, that'll do, and we'll take it from there. And then and of course you become cold water adapted, and then it becomes a little bit easier. Anyway, I digress yet again. So let's start. Even although I'm learning to trust myself. I'm learning that there's an innate intelligence at play. The intelligence that made me. The intelligence that made this phenomenal body. I am opening up to this intelligence. But even although I'm still wanting to figure out what the body's doing,
Because even though those two,
Why have I not had a bowel movement?
why do you feel like?
Why am I feeling lightheaded?
Why do you feel like?
Why have I got a headache?
Why do I do?
I'm trying to figure it all out,
Trying to figure it all out.
and I'm wishing it was different
And I'm wishing it was different.
because I'm a wee bit impatient.
I'm a wee bit impatient.
But even although I'm doing all of that,
But even though I'm doing all of that,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love, trust, and accept myself.
love, trust, and accept myself.
Even although I'm a work in progress,
Even though I'm working on it.
and even although I've seen Joe Dispenza's incredible results,
Even though I've seen Joe's Dispenza's incredible results.
I'm in the process of trusting.
I'm in the process of trusting.
There is innate intelligence at work right now,
There's innate intelligence at work right now,
healing this body,
healing this body,
balancing this body,
balancing this body.
without me having to do a thing.
Without me having to do.
But even although I'm working on this trust,
Even though I'm working on trust,
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love, trust, and accept myself.
love, trust, and accept myself.
Even although I still want to criticize the body,
Even though I still want to criticize.
and I'm still wondering what it's doing,
Still wondering what it's doing.
I deeply and completely
I deeply and completely
love, trust, and accept myself.
love, trust, and accept myself.
Deep breath. Oh, keep that. That's a picture of that mountain. Sorry, I can't help myself. Yeah! Okay. Right. So just check in how into your internal environment. What can you feel there? What can you feel? Has it changed? Okay, we're going to tap round again. I'm now open
Now,
to tuning into the innate intelligence.
tuning into the innate intelligence.
I allow myself to trust and surrender
Allow myself to trust and surrender.
in the body's innate intelligence.
In the body's innate intelligence.
I trust the body.
I trust the body.
It knows what to do.
It knows what to do.
There may be symptoms from healing.
It's the symptoms from healing.
That may be bowel movements, dizziness, fatigue.
Business, fatigue.
This too shall pass.
This too shall pass.
And I'm allowing the body to do what it needs to do.
Allowing the body to do what it needs to do.
I'm letting go of thinking I know better.
I'm letting go of thinking I'm right.
And I'm letting go of trying to figure it out and making stories up.
I'm letting go of trying to figure it out.
I allow the body to work its magic.
Allow the body to work its magic.
I am in the process of healing,
I am in the process of healing,
restoring,
restoring,
repairing,
repairing,
and autophagy.
and also
The body is healing itself,
the body is healing itself.
getting rid of all the garbage,
Getting rid of all the garbage.
and I'm using the power of my mind
And using the power of mind
to let go
to let go.
and allow this process to happen.
And allow yourself to happen.
I am a powerful self-healing being.
And allow yourself to be.
Yes, I am!
Yes, I
It's true! Oh my God, I'm lightheaded. Whoa. So just take a few nice breaths. Do you feel any different from when you came in? What's the mind saying? What are you guys saying at home? What's the mind coming up with?
Surrender.
Yes.
Let go.
So when here's ourselves hanging out, just like this. And we're just going, okay, you do that, let's eat that, change that, fix that. And then we come in, what are you doing? What are you doing in there? Why have I not had a bowel movement? I've got a sore head, I'm dizzy. That's what we do. Quite literally, that's what we do. We're judging, complaining, instead of going, oh, okay, the body's doing some serious reno here. I better lie down and let it do what it needs to do. Or I better go and hike up, go for a good walk, all by myself, because I'm a sovereign being. I'm going to get in the river. Whatever I need to do to give the body the space, I'm going to meditate. We'll do Joe's meditation again today. So our job is to listen to this baby, this container for our soul, and allow it the time and the space to do what it will always strive to do, which is return to balance. So that's what it's doing right now. And if there's a symptom, if the body's throwing out a headache, dizziness, whatever it is, it's all absolutely normal. It's all part of the healing process. Now, if you have a bad cut, what happens is it starts to heal when it gets all tight. It gets tight and it can get sore at that point, can't it? But you know it's just a case because it's at that tight. The skin gets tight, gets maybe red and hot and itchy. That's the body doing the healing for you. And that's what's happening inside right now. So know that the intelligence is at work. It's an absolute given. And it's the same for every single one of us on the planet. And that's what I love. It's so inclusive. You don't need money. You don't need a postcode. You don't need a fancy dancy watch. You don't need to live in a certain place. You don't need to fly anywhere. It's free. And it's powerful. And I knew 30 odd years ago when I stood looking at Joanna and having the bone marrow transplant, there has to be a better way than this. There has to be. And fasting is definitely one of these keys. So fantastic work. We're now going to go and do a little bit of movement. We're going to move the energy around. Again, we're not going to do anything too crazy because we're going for a nice walk. It's beautiful here today. I don't know how it is with you guys. Talking to myself in between my sleep all over the place and a headache. It's only another day. Exactly, Kerry. Good for you. That's brilliant. Yeah, we've had a few headaches here. I've had a wee bit of a dull one myself. Sleep. Yeah, all of these things are absolutely normal and common. And yeah, have you got Joe's meditation, Kerry? I'll send it to you. So anyway, let's do some movement and let's get ourselves okay. Look at the merch. It's going on the website today. Well, maybe not today, but it's going on the website, so you're able to get it. But we've sold tons of it already. It's so cool. So we've got lots of people cutting about the island with that on. Okay, so let's get. Okay. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. So just standing, feet slightly further, body width apart, nice and comfy, knees are soft, everything's soft, shoulders are soft. And just tune in to yourselves. What's vibrating away in there? What can you feel? Remember, you're falling in love with this energy system that carries you around Mother Earth, that interacts with the vibrational field all around us and the energy that flows through us. And we're wakening up and we're remembering the power, the innate intelligence within when we reconnect to the land and to each other. Okay, so we're just going to drop the head to the right hand side, drop the shoulders down and drop the head, and just tune in carefully. Take your attention right into your neck, along the side. Take your awareness right into that area and breathe. And again, we like to really focus in on the joints, because they take a lot of the beating in our daily life. And again, knowing that we have to keep moving, keep using the range of movement so that we don't get too old and stiff to reverse. And again, just feel with gratitude the big muscle that runs all the way from the shoulder up into the head. And then just slowly coming up over to the other side. Keep the shoulders nice and low. Drop the head down. And again, feel, what can you feel? Is it stiff? Is it achy? Maybe you feel nothing. Maybe just feel a nice stretch. Ease into that. Use your breath. Really, remember on the out breath, really allow the body to stretch out and to let it go, Ga. This is the throat center, blue in colour. Spinning, it's our communication. Maybe we're too timid, too shy, not enough self-worth to communicate. Maybe we're dramatic and we over-communicate. So it's striving for balance in this throat chakra. And then coming up, and we're going to take the chin down onto the chest. Again, keep the shoulders down, stretch the back of the neck. Seeing that blue colour there in your throat, feeling the sensations in the back of the neck and maybe the upper back, using the breath and telling this energy centre to rebalance, to cleanse out the past and to spin freely, creating balance in the thyroid, in the throat and the upper digestive system. And then gently, again, coming back, just be careful coming back if you get any neck issues. Keep your mouth closed and feel the stretch. Amazing. And coming back to base. I'm just going to drop the head to the right and circle the head round. And again, keep your eyes closed. Tune into your internal environment. What's the body saying? I can hear mine creaking and clicking. But as we move the joint, knowing that the body's already working on healing that area, all the microbes, the microbiome, all the magic little critters that live on and in us, go back into balance. And then back the other way. Again, really closing your eyes and tuning into that area. surrendering to this movement and letting it go. All the stuff that you thought you needed to say, all the wanting to be right. Just for now, let it go. And let the body and the innate intelligence do its due. Okay, coming back to the middle. Feel. Now we're going to turn the head right round, keeping the shoulders forward. Again, using your breath. Just letting go. Allowing the body, that innate intelligence within, to do what it needs to do. And then just gently turning to the other side, taking it round as far as you can go, even with your eyes closed. Take your eyes right round to the side. And coming back round. Okay, we're going to shrug the shoulders up and down. And again, you know, you've heard that, the weight of the world in your shoulders. So again, just giving the body permission on the physical and the electromagnetic field to let go of anything that no longer serves you. All the worry about the weighings, the worry about the family, the worry about the friends, parents, siblings, whatever it is, just for now, can you let it all go? Feel into that area and you'll feel it getting warmer. Moving the fascia. Moving the joint. Feel the heat. 2 more. And relax. Tune into that area we call the shoulder. Feel the heat. Feel the energy. Okay, I've got to do the big 6, so let's just do that now. So in at our neck. Collarbone. Armpit, not puff. Belly. Oh, you don't have one now. Groin. Knees. Okay, so now we're going to take the shoulders forward and back. Again, using the breath. And just do it in your own time, what feels good. And stop. And feel? Where can you feel the tingling? You put your hands on your shoulders and just take circling back. And forwards. And again, really close your eyes and really tune in. Be mindful about this. Really assisting the body. Moving it so that it can releasing things into your lymphatic system so that the body can get rid of it. So really tuning in rather than just going through the motions. Using your yi to enhance the process. And stop and just let your hands fall down by your sides. And feel, observe the energy moving, changing. Observe. Okay, and then we're going to just take our feet wider, much wider apart. Bend your knees, hands on the shoulders, and we're just going to twist, keeping your hips facing forwards. Again, remember to breathe. And just getting faster. Faster, rotation. Again, close your eyes and just tune in. What can you feel? What's the body telling you? Okay, and stop. And again, just keep your feet nice and wide, knees soft. Let your arms just hang. And feel the energy. Okay, and taking the front foot forward, facing forward, the back foot 90 degrees into warrior pose. We're just going to take the elbow down onto our knee and stretch up. And if you can, look up. And remember to breathe. Okay, and coming back up. And holding this pose, hands straight out, look forward over your front arm. What the word for arm there? And squatting down and really feel that nice and straight and strong, like a proper warrior. Come on. Okay, and just turning back around and going the other way. Nice deep lunge. Feel the groin stretching and open. Looking forwards. And coming down, elbow down and looking up. If you can, your balance allows you. And back into warrior. Nice deep lunge. Feel that in your thighs and your inner thighs. That's it. Amazing. Nice and strong. Remember to breathe. Okay, and taking both feet facing forward again. And we're just going to nice and gently, keeping the knees soft, fall forwards until we're touching the floor. And just getting a nice stretch in the back of the legs, nice and easy. Just gently rocking yourself backwards and forwards. And then just linking it on your elbows and just hanging forwards. Allowing the back of the legs to stretch off and allowing all the blood to go into your beautiful brain. And just really enjoy that stretch. Remember to breathe. And then putting your hands on the floor again and just walking it round to the front of your mat and going to downward dog. Push your butt high up into the air. Push your head between your shoulders and stretch. Just walk the calves and the hamstrings. That's it. Really warm this body up. And then just come down onto your knees. With the cat cow. See how we do here. So just in your own time, stretching your head right all the way back. And pushing your back all the way up. And just remember to keep breathing. You might want to face the back so you can see that mountain. It's absolutely gorgeous. The spine, which holds the whole body up. And you're going from the root center red, sacral orange, solar plexus yellow, heart green, throat blue, third eye violet, indigo, and then the crown violet. So really tuning in and just a huge gratitude for the spine and the body. Okay, coming to sitting. Just think of that. So again, we'll just do a rotation. So taking your opposite hand onto opposite knee and twisting round from the belly, twisting it right round all your internal organs. Get a beautiful stretch here. And really exhale on the effort, breathing in. Allow the body, use your eyes, even if your eyes are closed, tuning into the body and really listening. Taking the eyes as far around as you can get them. Really great for the vagus nerve. Take out the fight or flight. And then gently twist and come round the other way. taking your eyes, closed eyes, right round to as far as you can take them behind you. And coming out. And taking the soles of the feet together. And just walking your butt in. And taking your elbows onto the front of the shins if you can. And just gently press on the small of the back and move into that stretch. Just really ease in. Keep your eyes closed and focus in on the body. What's it saying? What can you feel? Where can you feel it? Okay. And then just gently butterfly these guys. Just wakening the body up, releasing any trauma that's stored in there. Makes it easier for the body now to let go. And taking your feet nice and wide. Hands under your knees or your calves, whatever works. And again, just closing your eyes, gently move into that stretch. Just take it nice and easy. Breathe, use your breath. Okay, coming out. And if you can, put your leg out to the side. We're just going to come down. And again, you can hook onto your toe if you, or your ankle, whatever. It doesn't matter. Remember, it's not a competition. And just again, close your eyes and breathe into that stretch. See what you can feel. Okay. And change into the other side. And again, just using the breath. Tune in, what can you feel and where can you feel it? What are the cells saying? You're stiff. And you're using your out breath to move into that stretch. Begging the body just to let go and surrender to the process. Okay, and coming out, and we're going to come over onto our bellies. I highly recommend you turn around and look out that way. So, having your hands beside your shoulders, and we're just going to gently take the head up, back into half cobra. Just up and down, in your own time, taking in the view of that incredible vista we have today. I need to get a picture of that, it's too beautiful to. It's really talking to your spine again. What can you feel when you pull back? Tuning into the cells. Where's stiff? Is there any pain there? Is there any stiffness there? Is there any dullness there? Learning about your own body, what's going on there. Okay, just do your last one, taking the head down. And putting your hands straight up in front of you. I'm going to lift our right hand with left leg. So just nice and gently coming up again, tuning in. That's it. And then swap. And then just do a wee bit of a squeeze when you get up there with the glutes. Strengthening, getting stronger. And more vital. You are the pilot of this spaceship. You just tune in. Where can you feel it? Okay, two more. And then just coming back into child's pose. Having your knees apart and just really opening up that groin area. Okay, come back on your hands and knees. Back into downward dog. Just have a little walk here. See how the body's feeling now, if it's a wee bit more awake. And then we're just going to walk up the mat. And then just gently, vertebrae by vertebrae, up. To standing. We salute to the mountain. Absolutely gorgeous. Let me show you guys. If you can see what we can see, is absolutely stunning out there. Okay guys, that's us off the live now. We're away to do some Suk Suk Blow. Have a wonderful day, and we'll be back on live at 2 o'clock. So see you then.